And let me just start with a couple of short answers. I hope these will be. Secretary Austin, first, would you agree that this is the most complex and dangerous threat environment since World War II?
Yes, Senator, I would say that it's one of the most complex periods that we've seen.
General Milley.
Yes, Senator, for sure.
Okay. Over the past 2 years, Congress has added nearly $30 billion to the President's request in FY22 and $45 billion to the President's request in FY23. $75 billion added over the request of the President. Have these additional resources increased our national security and decreased military risk? Mr. Secretary.
They have, Senator. It always helps when you get additional resources, but if you get additional resources with additional requirements, it doesn't help as much. And also, if we can stop doing some of the things that create a drag on our force in terms of causing us to spend money on things that are not relevant in a future fight, that also helps as well. So we appreciate Congress's support in the past for allowing us to get rid of things that are no longer relevant.
And you're welcome on that. General Milley, same question. Has this $75 billion added to our national defense expenditures, have those funds increased our national security?
Yes, I believe they have.
And decreased military risk?
Correct.
Okay, thank you very much. Secretary Austin, the Biden administration has authority to send $1 billion worth of U.S. weaponry to Taiwan. That is similar to the policy and the authority we authorize with regard to Ukraine. Will the Biden administration exercise this $1 billion in drawdown authority that Congress provided last year?
We will, Senator, and my team is working diligently to make sure that we have the right capabilities in that particular drawdown. Of course, we have the authority. We'll need the appropriations as well. So.
Okay, you'll need an appropriation to replenish that. Is that correct?
That's correct, Senator.
And the administration will be requesting a replenishment funding for the transferred defense articles. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Let me then talk about your assessment with regard to Ukraine. I believe you told me, Secretary Austin, that you believe Ukraine now has the upper hand in the war against Russia. Is that correct?
That's correct. This is a highly contested fight, Senator, as you know, and we've seen the tide move back and forth. Most recently, we've seen some pretty significant fighting in the Bakhmut area.
Right, but just with regard to your optimism about Ukraine having the upper hand, that is what you told me yesterday.
It is. Now, what I was about to say, Senator, is that Ukrainians have inflicted significant casualties on the Russians, and they have depleted their inventory of armored vehicles in a way that no one would have ever imagined. And so now we see Russia reaching for T-54s and T-55 tanks because of the level of damage that the Ukrainians have inflicted on them. And we have, in the meantime, been—
And reaching for those tanks demonstrates what to you, sir?
It demonstrates that their capability is waning. And we've continued to witness them be challenged with artillery munitions and other things, and they're reaching out to Iran, they're reaching out to North Korea. I think we'll see an increase in the fighting in the spring as conditions for maneuver improve. And based upon the things that we've done and continue to do, I think Ukraine will have a real good chance.
Do you
of changing the
believe?
dynamics.
Yeah, we're pushed for time, sir. Do you believe there's a real chance for significant Ukrainian advancements between now and the beginning of winter?
I believe there's a chance, and we're doing everything that we can do to ensure that they have their best opportunity to be successful, Senator.
Thank you. And if the chair will indulge me, Mr. Secretary, you've got a pretty big congressional relations office in your shop, do you not?
I do.
Do you agree that it should have occurred to someone in that office to inform senators who were debating about Iran last Thursday about what had occurred with regard to attacks in Syria?
Senator, I think you know that we take the War Powers Act very, very seriously, and you know, after every operation, we're required to brief Congress, and we lean forward and try to ensure that Congress is briefed before we conduct an operation. And we also, in this case, we had an attack and and we launched an attack on the adversaries in the same time period, same short period of time. And so, because of that compressed time, we did both notifications at the same time. We should have notified you earlier, and we will endeavor to do so.
Well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Chairman, if I might, the attack occurred and counterattack occurred in the wee hours of the morning, and members of the Senate were not notified until very late in the afternoon or early evening. That is the fact, is it not?
No, sir. The attack occurred in the morning, and the counterattack occurred evening our time, Eastern time.
Okay, and so after the attack occurred, it did not dawn on anybody in congressional affairs to notify members who were debating this very issue on the Senate floor. I think that is correct.
Senator, our goal is to make sure that that we keep you informed, and we will do everything within our power to make sure that we improve our performance.